obviously, I think Tareefan was the one. When that song came out, I always had one dream that जो भी मेरा पहला गाना है वो #1 जाना चाहिए. And it's a delusional dream because वो क्यों? It's very very difficult to do that. Always been a tendency, especially when I was producing for Bollywood music, that बहुत सारे instruments को साथ हो गाने में, it'll sound big or all that. I think less is more. Let the song breathe. That's one thing. The other, I think all my party tracks are romantic tracks. Most of my romantic tracks are party tracks.
It's a fusion,
yeah,
proper
it's a
balance.
fusion, exactly. Yeah. Take away from that is, with Shankar I learned how to make beautiful music. With Pritam, I learned how to make a hit. So that's the thing I took. That's the thing I took away most, and I use it in all my songs.
Hi Qaran, welcome to Mirchi.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
How are you? Long time.
It's been good, man. It's been good. I've been working on music, as you guys know, and excited for everyone to hear it, man.
Yeah. First of all, congratulations on your latest track. Let's have a huge round of applause for the whole team.
Much.
As I told you, very catchy song. I love the concept, love the video. So tell me, how did it start? How did the song come to you? How did you create it? Everything.
So, man, the song. See, in one line, the song is about a very simple theme. In today's day and age, the world is so chaotic, and people have so many options because of social media. And I think romance has lost a little bit of its charm. That sort of hopeless romantic in everyone has lost a bit of its charm. So the song is essentially about choosing somebody and finding love in a chaotic world full of options. And the song essentially just captures that.
Yeah. Song का theme काफी interesting, as I told you. Shoot कैसे हुआ, कहाँ पे हुआ, और हम लोग बात कर रहे थे. I think interesting fact है कि कितना time लगा for the shoot.
So it was a 26-hour shoot. 26-hour shoot. Shoot Vasai mein tha. Long shoot, really fun. Lots of shots. If you've seen it, there's a lot of chaos. Lots is happening. मैंने बहुत enjoy किया. And it was really, really fun, man. It was really, really fun. Tried something a little different this time, A different theme, which I don't think has been done before, which is why I'm very excited for people to see it.
सबसे challenging चीज़ तो ऐसी कोई थी video के लिए?
I think staying awake throughout 26 hours.
26 hours, yeah.
But apart from that, I think it's just having the right expressions, playing that character nicely in a way where people will believe it. I think that's something which was, I just wanted to make sure I got that right.
Yeah. This is what I feel. मतलब मैं जब भी कोई interviews करता हूँ तो मुझे हर interview से कुछ ना कुछ सीखने मिलता है. Like I'm sure for the artist also, you get to learn new things from every song or every project you do. So इस song से कुछ specifically आपको कुछ सीखने मिला? Anything new?
I think with this, after I'd composed the song, when I was producing the song, there was a small point in the middle where मैं थोड़ा overthinking zone में गया था.
Okay.
And I had to tell myself, no, you have to have fun with it. And then it happened in like a day and a half. So I think just reminding yourself to not overthink and to enjoy the process. And when you really enjoy the process, which I really did with the song when I was making it, I think you eventually reach a really nice place where you're enjoying it, the audience will probably enjoy it too.
कोई personal memory है hidden इस song में? Any wedding memories or anything?
Wedding memory तो नहीं था, मगर मैंने ये गाना Ambi Valley में produce किया था, तो पहाड़े थे वो सब. So I have really nice memories from that because I was sitting in my balcony in this, in this mountain area, and the whole song was produced with this beautiful view. So that's a very fond memory.
But Karan, पहले party tracks, अभी romantic tracks. कौन सा version of Closer is more?
I think all my party tracks are romantic tracks. Most of my romantic tracks are party tracks.
It's a fusion,
yeah,
proper
it's a
balance.
fusion, exactly. Yeah. So I think it's less of one genre or the other. It's just more of my sort of current sound.
और जब आप ये म्यूजिक क्रिएट कर रहे थे, any memory from that, from the studio or anything, जैसे हम लोग ने शूट की बात की.
Man, so I obviously the song is featuring Ash King. Last one was Highway. Him and me are very, very good friends. So between just talking and all that, the dub took 3-4 days because we end up talking so much. So every recording with him is always a great experience. It's always really fun.
But Karan, आपको हो गए बहुत सारे साल इंडस्ट्री में हो गए. You have been creating music, singing, everything. Okay. ऐसी कोई चीज़ जो आपको एक सीखने मिली है? It's like a professional thing which you learned from the industry.
So a lot of people don't know this. Before Tareefan, I used to produce music for Shankar and Pritam.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I always say is I was very blessed to work with such legends so early in my career. I was very lucky and I'm very grateful for everything they taught me. And my takeaway from that is, with Shankar I learned how to make beautiful music. With Pritam, I learned how to make a hit. you know. So that's the thing I took away most, and I use it in all my songs now. What I've learned from them.
उनको अब मिले मतलब उनके की reactions होते हैं आपके songs पे? Have you met them?
I have. I mean, obviously, you know, they're also very busy now, but they always send me a message saying "good song," and that means more to me than anything, because for me, in a way, they're like my gurus.
Yeah. I was going through the comments और काफी अच्छे comments आए, but anything you remember? Any specific comment on this song? किसी का reaction from my family, friends?
I think there is one comment which made me really happy, which was that it's been 7 years since Highway, you know? And the thing is, that made me very happy, because I don't believe in doing something just to do it. It needs a purpose, the timing needs to feel right. And a song like Highway, which is so well loved and has so much goodwill around it, it needs to have the same magic in the next one. So isme hai. So seeing people love it for what it is, love it for what it reminds them, you know, that made me really happy.
Pressure था थोड़ा मतलब क्योंकि
बहुत था हाँ.
But उससे फर्क पड़ता है when you're creating the music?
In the start, you have that little self-doubt कि ये उससे match करना चाहिए, वो feel आना चाहिए. But then again, when you stop overthinking is when you start enjoying the process, and then it just becomes about the music.
ऐसी कोई चीज़ जो आप में change हुई as a person when you started this?
Of course. I think as we get older, as time passes throughout the pandemic, you know, we've all learned so much. We spent so much time in the pandemic by ourselves that you tend to learn yourself more. You figure out who you are. And I think the way I approach my music now is different. Before I used to sit down in front of a piano and be like, "Gana aana chahiye, abhi kabhi aata nahi hai." So I realized that you have to go with the flow, you know, you have to experience, you have to live life, and then the music will come when you're reflecting on those lived experiences. So that's something that's changed, where I'm a little more intuitive. I listen to myself more. I listen to the voices in my head, which are musical, and you know, I let that flow and channel out to the music.
Yeah. For you, कौन से song के बाद मतलब आपकी life change हुई? Personally, professionally, everything.
I mean, obviously, I think Tareefan was the one. You know, when that song came out, I always had one dream that जो भी मेरा पहला गाना है वो number 1 जाना चाहिए. And it's a delusional dream, because वो क्यों हो? You know, it's very, very difficult to do that. But I said no to a lot of projects before until it was the right one with the right people, and I was like, "Acha, isme wo chance hai, scope hai." And then when that came out and it went number 1 for so long, I think that's something which gave me a lot of confidence and self-belief in myself, but also something which obviously opened up a lot of doors, a lot of opportunities.
So professionally and personally, I want to know कि क्या changes आए, personally and professionally both.
Professionally, like I said, my process has changed. I've become a lot more, I think as a person, I've become a lot more inwards going, you know, I listen to my thoughts more. And personally, I think, you know, just as time passes, as you grow up, I think we all become a little more calm, we become a little more realistic with things, we also become a little more empathetic. So I think when you're younger, you think a lot about yourself, and the songs reflect that. But I think when you become a little bit older, you get these nuances of human emotion, you know, you understand people a little bit more, and I think when that comes through in the music, it becomes there's more depth.
तारीफा मतलब अभी भी clubs में बजता है, and it still exists in the playlist अभी भी. ऐसे कोई unknown fact है उस गाने के बारे में जो fans को नहीं पता? Anything?
There's a lot of unknown facts about it. One thing is that I made the song on a plane.
अच्छा, plane में?
Yeah, I'll tell you the story very quickly. तो मैं plane में था, I have bad luck with plane tickets.
Okay.
So I was in the center seat, and there's one uncle on my right, one auntie on my left, and I think they were married, and मैं बीच में था. So I was actually going through a breakup at that time, and you know breakups कैसे वो, you know, texts भेजते हो, essays भेजते हो. So I was typing this essay and all that stuff, and I realized, I was like, this is quite poetic, you know, this breakup text is very poetic. So then I started like humming it to myself, like dhun aa raha tha mere zehn mein, and then I'm like, okay, no, and then it's this uncle and auntie are just in the video, the way the uncle aunties are looking at me in the video, these uncle aunties also looking at me like this. So I'm like, okay, let me just excuse myself. So I got out, I went to the bathroom, and I recorded the full thing on my phone. Right, and I'm belting it in the airplane bathroom. And when I came out of the bathroom, all the 2 aisles were looking back at me like this. So in my head, I thought, okay, बेइज्जती हो गई. But I'm like, now at least I think I have a hit. So,
तो ये interesting fact है. और कोई interesting चीज़?
Apart from that, I would say with this song, the English lyrics in the start were very funny. So कभी-कभी मैं गाने English में लिखता हूँ, फिर हिंदी पंजाबी में adapt कर लेता हूँ. So the hook line of this used to be, how are you going to spend all of my cash and not ring me back? Which made no sense. But that's how the song actually started.
Damn, interesting. But अगर हम लोग अभी म्यूजिक की बात कर रहे थे, आपके हिसाब से इंडिपेंडेंट म्यूजिक या बॉलीवुड म्यूजिक, what is the situation right now?
I think since the pandemic, the non-film space has really grown. Like for example, when Highway came out, it was just starting. It was just bubbling under the surface. But I think now it's really grown. In fact, now a lot of the independent artists, they are the brands themselves, you know. And I think now a lot of films are taking independent songs. So that merging of two worlds is happening. You know, the independent stuff is going into the mainstream more. People are really identifying and following the artists themselves and not just the film songs. So I think that change is very exciting.
Yeah. And what do you think is the future? Independent music and film music?
I think, see, India mein Bollywood hamesha chalega. There's no question about that. But I think people now want to hear from the artists themselves, and I think that's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You see, you know, guys like Qaran Interview and stuff, they're doing these big shows. वो सब पहले नहीं होता था, अभी हो रहा है. So I think that's really interesting, and I think it's very exciting to see in the next 10 years, 15 years what's going to happen.
See, ये मेरा point of view है, ठीक है? I've been a Bollywood fan since childhood, ठीक है? सब 80s, 90s, 2000s, everything. एक चीज़ जो मैंने notice की है, when I'm out with my friends, when I'm on my drive, independent music तो हम लोग सुनते ही है, okay? But along with that, कभी-कभी होता है कि we want to listen to a film music. But अभी भी it's that era जहाँ पे हम लोग बोलते हैं कि let's play 2000s music.
Yeah.
एक nostalgia होता है कि let's play the early 2000s music when we are going for. Why is this happening? Like,
I think वो एक simpler time था. You know, it reminds us all of our childhood. Even I used to be such a big fan of Jal, you know, Atif Asam, those guys, and the songs, even Bombay Vikings, all that kind of stuff. And I think it was a very, very pure time. You know, the music that was made, it didn't have too many different things. You know, nobody was trying to sell it to you. They just came out and people loved it. And I think it reminds everyone of a much simpler time.
Yeah. ऐसी कोई चीज़ जो आप miss करते जो पहले 2000s में थी अभी नहीं है? Anything?
I think. See, it's different. I think right now people are very, very focused on the art. People are being able to express themselves. But I think back then there was maybe it's a bias, maybe it's nostalgia. But I think there was a little bit of simplicity. You know, like for example, when Alisha Chennai's Made in India came out, it had, I don't know, it had some kind of a simplicity to it which I miss.
Yeah. आपके favorite independent artist and film artist, film music artist? अभी
right
currently,
now? Right now? I think Qaran Interview is amazing. I think he's really, really amazing. He's great. Film music, I've always been an A.R. Rahman stan. You know, he's somebody from a very early age that taught me that your music, your art doesn't have to look or sound a certain way for it to be successful. You can do your own thing. You can create your own sound, and if people like it, they will gravitate towards it. So I'm very inspired by both those people.
Yeah. एक ना much talked about conversation. It's like अभी reels की वजह से, Instagram की वजह से, like people when they create music, एक hook सोचना पड़ता है, which can get viral on Instagram. So ये एक होता है कि this part will get viral on Instagram when you're creating music. I'm not saying forcefully, but आता है दिमाग में?
आता है गाने के बनने के बाद. So after the song is ready, then you hear and say, अच्छा ये part, शायद ये section चलेगा reels पे, you know, stuff like that. So I think that does happen after. I try my very best to make sure that part doesn't come while I'm creating, you know, because that dilutes the art, that distorts the art a little bit. But I think afterwards, I mean, it definitely plays a part.
Yeah, and social media का effect आपको क्या लगता है for the artist? Is it good? Is it bad? Or is it a balance of both?
Personally, I think social media does more harm than good for artists, because I think it, like I said, right, you start thinking of things a different way when you're creating. And I think the best art is created out of pure emotion, you know, emotion and lived experience. Whereas I think with social media, it does bring in this external factor. That being said, I think there's been no better time in history to connect personally with your fans, you know, and with your listeners and people that support you. So that's the part I really like.
Yeah. ऐसा कोई rule है जो आपको create करना है in the music industry? A new rule you want to start? Anything?
I just want people to love the things they make and to not just make it just for the sake of making it. I love, you can always tell when you hear a song that, you know, Jusne bhi banaya, they loved making it, and it comes through in this thing.
Also, I feel कि लोगों को ज़्यादा fame का भी ज़्यादा है. They want it quickly.
Yeah.
This is what I feel. I think तो वो zone में रहते हैं.
I agree.
है ना?
Yeah.
Anything you want to say, like to the audience कि जो लोगों को आना है इस industry में, who want to become an artist, anything, independent artist or a film, Bollywood music artist, anything you want to say?
I mean, you know, I think it's very important to make the things that you love, make the things that you really want to listen to. Don't worry about, you know, what you think will work, ye gana chalega, wo gana nahi chalega. Make something that you're excited to listen to, and I'm sure you'll find an audience for it.
Yeah. AI अभी much talked about conversation. Anything you feel कि लोगों को AI के बारे में ये जानना चाहिए before they come in this industry?
So I would say don't rely on it. It's a tool. It's definitely a tool, and I don't think it's going away anytime soon. I think create it from your heart, and if you need this little extra help, it's fine to use it, but don't let AI create your art.
Yeah. You have created music, okay? Top 3 things you have learned while creating music कि ये 3 चीजें लोगों को पता होनी ही चाहिए when you're creating a music. Anything it can be.
I mean, I would say a few things. One is less is more, right? There's always been a tendency, especially when I was producing for Bollywood music, that बहुत सारे instruments को साथ हो गाने में, you know, it'll sound bigger, all that. I think less is more. Let the song breathe. That's one thing. The other thing is also that everyone moves in a different way. When I just moved to India, Shankar and Lloyd taught me that India में लोग मतलब 1, 2, 3, 4 ऐसे डांस करते हैं और जो भी आप गाना बनाते हो उसके हिसाब से बनना चाहिए. That the people here will be able to move to that. And the third thing is just to always feel inspired with what you're making. You know, sometimes you're making a song, it's coming out. If it's not exciting you, it's okay to take a step back. You know, it's okay to take a step back from it, reflect on it, and then the next time you come back, something authentic will come out.
Yeah. Anything you had to unlearn जो आप पहले सीख गए थे, but you had to unlearn it.
See, like I said, I'd learned a lot working with Shankar, Loy, and Preetham, and those are things which I've kept a lot of it. But because those things work so well, right? They do what they do really well. I had to find my own sound, so I had to force myself to unlearn certain things that I knew would work, so that I can make it work in my own way.
Yeah. Last question, okay? 30 या 40 या 100 साल बाद, when people remember you, what is that one thing you feel कि उसके लिए करण जानी चाहिए?
I hope that people say that he did it differently. You know, that he didn't follow the rules, he didn't follow the crowd, he did his own thing. And one thing I've realized is people that like my music, they hold it very close to their heart. You know, it's a lot of people, they say, you know, this reminded me of my childhood. And I've always wanted, my only reason I do music is I want to be part of the soundtrack of people's lives. That's what makes me the most happy. And when I hear that, you know, your song reminds me of my childhood, my song reminds me of this, that makes me really happy. So if people are saying that, I'm very happy.
You had this in your mind when you started कि different zone में ही रहना है?
Yeah, absolutely.
From the starting, you were very clear.
From the start, yeah. Absolutely, yeah. I think it's something which it separates you, right, from everyone else, and it allows you to have your own pehchan, your own identity, and I think that's very, very important for an artist. Yeah.
Okay. Lastly, any aims, any goals you want to achieve right now?
I just want to keep releasing as much music as I can. I think I owe it to my listeners and my supporters. So there's a lot more music coming, which I'm very excited to share with you guys.
Yeah.
And as soon as it comes out, I'll let you know.
Yeah, we will catch up soon
100%.
Whenever your song comes out. But before you go, any message for all your fans who have given so much love to your latest track? Any message?
I mean, you know, thank you so much for sticking with me all these years. Your love makes it all fun to do. It makes the process really enjoyable. And I promise to keep giving you my best and giving you music that I'm proud of myself.
Yeah. Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you so much.